We're on top. We're on.
Welcome to yet another week of tea, guys. I feel like in these trying times, any moment that you are just not in a quarantine hospital, it's a good moment. It's a good moment. And no matter what's happening, you know you can always count on us to be here every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Ahuma, Lydia, and Joanne will always be here. So nice that you could join us. I'm Joanna Boaka at yummymummy.ke on socials.
You know, I literally get so excited for today. Like, before, I think I loved my job. Yeah. But now I'm just like, oh, it's time for work. I am leaving the house. I am getting ready. My whole day is coming up, you know, until this one moment in life. And we guess we have Corona to thank for that. At least now you feel more appreciative about the things that you have going on in your life. So we definitely appreciate you guys who are watching. It's your girl, Ayuma Kaguli, simply Ayuma on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
We are really excited to have you, but whether or not you've been having a really bad day, because I mean, this Corona is like up and down. One day you wake up and you're feeling fantastic. The other day you just really can't be bothered to get through the day. Either way, we come here together collectively as sisters and brothers, and we enjoy this tea. So forget all your problems. It's definitely time for tea. My name is Lydia KM, and that's Lydia KM on all social media handles.
And of course, we are here on Ebru TV. Remember, you can keep up with the conversations online. Hashtag Ebru. Let's talk. Hashtag Ebru.
Hashtag Ebru, let's talk.
At Ebru, let's talk _official. You can SMS us on 40920, and you can also WhatsApp us on the number that is showing below the screen. How have you guys been since Friday?
Fantastic.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What have you been up to,
I was
Lydia?
asking you, do you feel more centered now? Huh?
I feel centered, I feel calm, I feel so at peace. I think it's the air. I think it's the air.
Also, it's the air, not the people that you've been
No,
around.
just the air.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the air.
Because you're really glowing.
It is, the skin, I'm drinking a lot of water.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's some undercover conversation over here that's happening, and hopefully we'll get Lydia to spill the beans later on. Maybe not, I don't know.
Yeah.
But we have a ton of amazing stories coming up for you guys, from Wisdom showing us how petty he can be and spilling the craziest tea. And then of course we have CB Nyasego, who's giving us her 2 cents on the whole drama that's been happening with the Querétaro, what's the name, heiress?
Yeah.
She's the heiress, yeah?
Keroche, but it's okay.
Keroche, oh, sorry. Yeah, that. And then, of course, we also have all of our people on Twitter going in support with the Africans who are suffering right now in China. And last but not least, we have a story on a designer coming all the way from Kibra, showing us how talented he is with his masks that are going, getting the attention of so many people all around the world. Right about now, it's the time for Hot Talk.
We're on top.
All right, so on to the first story. Raise your hand if you've ever beefed with Wisdom.
Everybody. Everybody in the gospel industry.
Everyone in the gospel industry has basically beefed with Wisdom. So basically right now, he's currently beefing with Mr. Seed, who that beef has been going on for about 2 years now. And he's also beefing with Willie Paul. And like any petty person, when you're beefing with someone, what do? You have to go and spill secrets. So he recently in an interview went and spoke about how Mr. Seed's wife, Nemo, is currently, was dating Willie Paul. So basically Nairobi is one big bedroom. All the ladies and the men have all been with each other, have situationships, relationships, all sorts of ips together with each other. And basically, like, I think he was trying to show that, like, make Mr. Seed feel bad. I don't know. Yeah. But it just showed his level of pettiness. And people are saying that, like, basically he's the agent of doom for Bahati. You know, whenever Bahati wants to go at somebody, he just sends his minion Wisdom. And Wisdom does all the dirty work while Bahati looks like a holy Joe.
First of all, I'm just so tired of talking about gospel artists. Wasn't it just last week we were like, why
every
is it
week
that gospel? Exactly. Without fail, there must be a gospel artist who's doing something. Yeah. Secondly, why is somebody being someone's ex a big deal?
Yeah, no,
Because,
here's
like,
the thing,
I
yeah.
mean,
You remember when Ray J put out that song, I Hit It First, when Kim got married to Kanye?
So it's a,
like, it's one of those, like, a territorial thing. It's trying to basically tell you, whatever you think you have special over there, guess who had smashed, Number one, I think, is like, first of all, you're a gospel artist. Like, can we actually
He's no longer a gospel artist. So he changed his mind. He decided that this gospel life is too hard. You guys are judging me too much. So right now he's quit gospel.
Okay, what about basic humanity? When I feel like when somebody marries someone, like, there's just a line, like, you know, when everyone's just dating, like, you know, we can just take shots. But once this is someone who's like got kids, like, you know, she has a kid for him. Like, this is just now nasty. And why? Also, number two, I feel like Nairobi, anyone who has slept with Willie Paul, once they do, you're allowed to wipe it off. You're allowed to wipe it off. No one is allowed to bring Willie Paul up in your past. No.
Except if you have a kid. If you have a kid,
if you have a kid with Willie Paul, yes. But otherwise, please forgive that one, guys.
You're going through something.
You are going through
traumatic
things.
was
Things
going on
were
in your
hard.
life.
But also, I feel like gospel artists are just so pretentious. In Kenya, they're so pretentious. Because what I mean, if you're a gospel artist, you're trying to be like Christianity, sex before marriage.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Bahati
don't know.
and Diana are still not married.
Exactly, can we stay? Are we sure they're not married?
They're not married.
Yeah?
Legally?
No, not legally, no.
Oh.
They're not.
For what we know, from what we know. Because, you know, maybe they have signed papers and you...
Oh my God, you think if they got married, we wouldn't know?
To tell us.
Do you remember the engagement?
Yeah.
It was like the
Here
talk of the
to
week
there,
for how
exactly,
long?
yeah.
Anyway, as far as wisdom is concerned, like here's the thing, yeah, like making new enemies doesn't make you more friends. Like, and the friends you're gonna make while you make other people enemies aren't actually going to be genuine friends. Like whatever happened with Mr. Seed and Bahati and all of these things, like has nothing to do with you. And maybe you're right. Like maybe Bahati is like paying him for something, or there's something he's benefiting.
Yeah.
But either way, now look, what are we calling you? The agent of doom.
Yeah.
I know.
That's not going to help you whether you're secular or
It's ridiculous.
gospel.
It's all too much. Please let us know what you think. Our hashtag is Ebru Let's Talk. You can follow us on all our socials. Ebru TV Kenya on all social media handles and Ebru TV on Facebook. Now, our next story is pretty sad. It's what you were mentioning about the Keroche CEO's daughter. She was called Tekra Muigai, and she passed on this past Saturday afternoon. The statement that they released officially said that she was in an accident, though they were not clear about what the accident was. Now, initially, a lot of people thought it was a car accident, but it turned out she had had some kind of... I don't know what it is really, because the DCI is still investigating, so we can't really say what happened, but she was found in her boyfriend's house. Now, despite everything that is happening around her investigation, what people seem to be talking about the most is her boyfriend, Lali Omar, who apparently is a beach boy. A beach boy who she met in Lamu a few years ago, and apparently they've been dating. And what's spectacular about him is the fact that he appears to be not someone who's of good standing in society, so he's probably... I don't know, struggling to make ends meet is what the you know, I'm trying to
the headlines are
I'm
saying.
put it in a kosher way, exactly.
Yeah.
And he just seems like he seems like a hustler. Let me just say, he seems like a hustler.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have been like, why is this really rich woman dating this really poor guy?
Yeah.
And so someone came up on social media. A lot of people have been saying this, but more notably, I don't know if you guys know Akode has a sister.
Yeah,
I
have heard
I
that.
didn't know
Even
that.
me, I didn't know she has a sister, but
Yeah.
apparently she has one, and she's called Sebi Nyasego. So she took to social media to defend the late Tekra's decisions. And basically what she said is a debate is raging about how she of high social class went out with a man who many have labeled a beach boy, or what others would call a chokora. Others have wondered how a young woman went out with a much unkempt older guy. I will tell you, I love your face. I will tell you, it is not unusual for a woman of privilege to date a man considered to be inferior. Neither is it unique for a young woman to go out with an older guy. What am I implying? That we should respect people's choices. We can agree about that, right? What she said is the late Tekras is not even the most compelling love story. There are many, many more out there. She goes on to say, I honestly don't know how to write someone else's love story. And she says, in the final analysis, let's stop trying to understand the contradictions of love and emotions. She chose her life, let her be. Your desires may not be someone else's desires. And then she says that Tekra should rest in peace. Now, I have to admit, when I first saw the picture and I read the story on the tabloids, I was also a little bit thrown off. I was just like, she seems like she's really beautiful. She has lots of money. She actually was not just an heiress. She actually worked at the company as the strategy and innovation director. So we can assume that she's also super smart.
Yeah.
She could literally have anybody. So I also found myself wondering, like, wow, I wonder what this guy had that made her think, like, out of everyone, I want this one.
Yeah.
Like, obviously now we can't get the answer, but like, I just wonder what it was.
I mean, here's the thing. We are not necessarily always attracted to the things that are exactly like us. In fact, a lot of the times we find ourselves being really attracted to things which are like just different. Because, for example, if I date somebody who's from the exact same demographic as me, the same experiences as me, it's boring, to use a human's word. It's boring, you know. But if I date someone who has like different experiences, like they're bringing something else to the table. Furthermore, when you are the more financially able one, you tend to feel more secure, right? So it might seem like, what is she getting from him? But he needs her, well, more so than she needs him. And there's a comfort that comes with that, that people don't actually see. So maybe that's
but is
the
that,
reason.
is that accurate? No, I'm just thinking about that. I've never actually thought about it like that. Like, you're more financially secure, you feel secure.
Yeah, because guess what? If I've got more money, and I know technically you probably need money like that, just don't need me. There's like a survival aspect that you need me for. And a lot of people tend to hold on to relationships way longer when you are helping me financially.
Yeah.
If your rent is determined by you, will I raise my voice in the kitchen?
Never,
No.
never.
I will be like, excuse me, babe. You know?
Two spoons of sugar or 5.
So there's a security that comes with that that people might not see, but it is there.
I think with women, the difference is that like love is really blind to us sometimes. You know what it is? Like love is seriously blind, and like sometimes you can find yourself in a situation, or at least I have found myself in a situation where like you fall in love with someone, you wonder how did this relationship even start? Like you blinked and then all of a sudden I'm in love and I'm in a relationship, and maybe they weren't what you set out to find a person. Like this is a relationship that I want, but once you got to know the person and got to know his heart, then you realize that like you love him and everything. And women are much more willing to do certain things for men that men wouldn't be doing for a woman. So I feel in this situation, honestly, it's seriously just love and blind love.
Sometimes it's not love. Sometimes it's that other thing that that we don't say out loud.
That
you don't want.
serious?
Sometimes you say you don't want. It can be really serious, I think, you know. And if you know what we're talking about, if you know, you know.
If you know,
and if you don't know, I'm so sorry.
But can you really be that hypnotized by I honestly, let me tell you, if I love you,
not in my lifetime.
I'm saying if I love you, whatever situation, how you put it down, I love that situation as well.
Yes, right.
So I don't think I can be like, I hate everything else about him, but the way he puts it down, oh my God, I can do anything for.
I know. And also women, we are taught a lot more to kind of compromise on our standards, but we're not gonna get into that because we know that story is long. Anyway, let us know exactly what you think. The hashtag is Ebru. Let's talk, and the SMS line is 40920. I always say that, but also the WhatsApp number is down below. Now to a more negative and positive. So essentially, since the corona pandemic, which started in China, there has been a widespread mistreatment of black people, mostly Africans, in China. And there's no actual reason why, because guess what? Corona started in China, so it's not like, it started in Africa and they were bringing it to them. But essentially, a lot of Africans have been kicked out of their homes. A lot of them are homeless and they're being mistreated, and they've been trying to kind of get some traction so that people can actually hear what's going on there. And recently there has been, I guess, trend where everyone is changing their profile picture on Instagram or Facebook or whatever to black and stars. Maybe that picture is going to come there to show solidarity. And the hashtag is Black China. Essentially what you do, you change your picture to show that you are in support of those people who are being mistreated, and a lot of troops have come in their defense, obviously. The African continent is beginning to finally wake up. So basically, we are outraged, and we should be. Funny enough, about a couple of months ago, before Corona even got to Kenya, there is one of my followers who messaged me about it. You're
being mistreated.
Yes, and she was just like, "Oh, we are being kicked out. We just need people." She was like, "I know you work for Ebru. Like, how can we get this voice out here? Because we feel helpless. It's cold. We don't have any money, and they're treating us like crap. Like, we are being tested more than other people. All this other stuff. But that time, number one, we stopped working. Number two is like, it just seems so sensational.
Exactly. Like, calm down. Because we didn't know what Corona was at. It was not like a real thing here. Honestly, I find it so sad. And I find I've seen a lot of people being a little bit insensitive to the situation, because some guys are like, why don't you just come back home? Guys don't realize the reason they went there is because they need money. That's like their home. There's someone relocates, that's like their home. So they can't just leave. And then I remember the government directive telling them that if they want to come back home, they have to actually pay for their ticket. And like, if I've not been saving, I might not have enough money to just actually, pay. But I think it's amazing. This is one of the things I love about social media, is how they can make an issue a big deal until people take notice. So I haven't personally changed my profile picture. Actually, now that I've seen this story, I'm going to do it today. We should all pledge to do it.
Especially on Twitter, because like that's where it's really big. But like allegedly, the reason why that they, first of all, let's just say the truth. Chinese people in general, the culture is a little bit more racist towards Africans, all right? Just in general. Not every single Chinese person, all right? Just like in general, the racism has been a thing that's been there. But allegedly, the reason why they're being more strict towards them right now is because Africans in general hold a stronger strain of COVID-19 than what they have. So what they're saying is like, our genes have something that once COVID enters us, it becomes even stronger, Wakanda forever, and now you can't, it becomes even stronger that, like, once they get it again, they won't be able to fight it off.
That's just what
that's just the story that they're bringing out there.
But something that is proven is that people with whiter skin are doing better than people with darker skin.
It's true, yeah.
Yes,
Oh, really?
people of ethnic minority are suffering a bit more, and the reason is like white people are able to produce vitamin D so fast because their skin is white, so to survive, their body produces vitamin D a lot faster.
Yeah.
Whereas us, we're supposed to be in the sun where we get vitamin D from the outside.
Yeah.
So when we don't process it as fast. So now when it,
Like
right,
even
when
in
it
the,
catches
even in the
yeah.
States, like most of the numbers of people who are dying from COVID, a large majority are black people.
Really?
even the
Yeah.
healthcare in England, it's
Yeah.
more ethnic minorities.
Yeah.
But you know what,
so
when I
that
watch-
makes sense,
yeah.
but you know, it means that we are dying more, not like we're going to give you any
Exactly,
faster.
because
Yeah.
Like we're
that
more
way.
like the victims on this
Yeah,
end.
When I watched
Exactly.
that video of like a black woman in China, I think she was actually Kenyan. Did you see that video on Twitter? I think it was also on Instagram, where she's like trying to enter a supermarket and like the guy is just telling her, no, sorry, you can't enter. And then white people are passing and he's like, yeah. And then he's just telling her, no, sorry, you can't enter. And someone was filming and I was just, I felt so mad.
It's so
I was
bad.
just like,
So
in
bad.
2020, this is where we are, by the way.
I know.
Like I was so angry at
Yeah.
what was happening. You
But
know?
question, guys, what can be done about this whole situation? Because guess what? Most of Africa is in the Chinese pocket.
Yeah.
Kenya first.
I know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you think the government can actually do about this?
I feel as if, honestly, let's just be honest, our government isn't going to do anything. But our conversation is what can
Might
do
help
something.
something.
That can help. And just in general, in terms of like, you know, us saying that we're
In solidarity.
in solidarity.
In solidarity,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. We'll make them make a small change. It won't be magnificent. It
Yeah.
won't be something huge, but it will be a change. At least now they won't be getting kicked out of their homes just because you're black.
Yeah, and at least morale.
Like it's moral, exactly.
Knowing that other people over there,
Yeah.
other people over there are supporting you, I'm sure feels great.
Definitely. You guys, we can talk about this forever. Our WhatsApp number is down below. Let us know your thoughts. And of course, because we are pre-recording our videos, because of, you know, COVID-19 and everything, we will be able to read your comments on the next episode. But on to the next story. We have like, first of all, Kenyans, as we're here being kicked out in other countries, we're thriving in other situations. Yeah. So we have a designer. He goes by the name of David Akido, and he has been killing it in the whole mask game, and so much so that he has secured a spot on Vogue magazine. So he recently posted all of his pictures of his masks that have been all over social media until he's not going to be featured on Vogue magazine. And after he did that, not only is he going to be featured on Vogue magazine, but other companies have been commenting and saying how they want to work with him. International companies, international organizations. I think this story is amazing, and how like despite the fact that we're going through such hard times and difficult times, we're still able to thrive and everything. And like, yo, I've reached this point now because like I feel as if like this whole situation is going to be going on for a long time. Yeah.
Yep.
So I want to match and have cute outfits. So like if I'm wearing like a black top right now, I want like my mask to be black and like, you know, some crystals and stuff. And I want Ankara to match with this and that. So I think it's cool that we have that option.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's really cool. Like, I don't know if this is the right time to say this, but honestly, I would love to be featured on Vogue. Like, I keep trying to say that
No,
people
this
do
isn't
random
the right
things.
time
I
to
know.
say that.
Sorry. But like, I feel like someone does something that's like, oh, they're on Vogue. Huda did something that she was like, oh, she's on Vogue. Wasn't she on Vogue or
Lakini
something?
Huda alikuwa anadanganya.
Yeah, I think she did.
She
Did
was
show-
like, she was there, but she
It was
wasn't
like
actually the main
the
girl.
cover.
And it
She
was like
just
Vogue for
there.
Italy,
Yeah,
right? I know that's
yeah.
not the point of this story, but I'm just saying that it would be really nice for us to be featured on Vogue. Anyway, I think it's really cool what he's doing. I think the fact that he's actually in Kibra is what the key story was.
Yeah,
'Cause, I
exactly,
mean,
yeah.
he's an amazing designer, and the fact that I imagine from a Vogue standpoint, I'm not trying to make it like now a poor rich thing, but probably they're just like, wow, look at this story. He's like, he lives in the biggest slum in Africa,
Yeah.
and now he's made these masks, and now he's changing lives, and
Yeah.
which he is changing lives, and I think it's amazing that he's been able to do that. But also, I feel like these masks are now literally everywhere in Kenya. Like
They are.
everybody is
The
doing them.
problem
Every
is
human.
the problem is the masks are everywhere. Are they effective is the question, because we're just there putting like Ankara on our face and saying, safe, but
Yeah.
like, is it 3-ply? Is there a filter in
I
between?
know.
Yeah.
Are you really going to be safe? Am I just looking cute?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But even with a medical mask, like
Yeah.
there's still like a chance you're going to get it. Like
True.
we are doing the very best we can to prevent it.
Yeah.
We're trying to be stylish with it, and it's clearly working for him. I feel like this is a really good story to encourage you. Like, for example, if somebody is in Kibra, like you can imagine like the things they go through on a daily basis,
Yeah.
and where like their finances are.
Yeah.
You who can afford a TV that you're being able to watch this, like
Yeah.
how much more can you do? I feel
Yeah.
like that's like the message I get. It's like there is no excuse for, you know, I can't do this because I don't have this, I don't have
Exactly.
enough.
Yeah.
Like if you put your mind to anything, whatever it is, and you're focused about it, the possibilities are absolutely endless.
It's true. Now,
Yeah.
here's another thing about that post. So once they announced that now they showed that a video is going to be on Vogue and everything, unfortunately, there were some people under that post who are actually giving a lot of negative comments.
Yeah.
Kenyans who are saying, now this is, you would imagine, what are they saying? So apparently, so they hated the fact that Vogue was making it seem like, oh my God, look at these Africans. They're really suffering so much. They are going through so much. But here is this shining light of hope who is coming to help the people of Kenya, who is coming to help the people in Kibra. You know, that whole narrative
the white
about like,
knight
that whole narrative around like, they're really struggling, but look at this amazing thing. Whereas like, there's so many amazing things about Kenya, so many amazing things about Kibra, you know?
I can understand why guys would get upset. And I think in general, us as Africans haven't been able to find a way to like be the ones to own our narrative and like how we want to be seen in the outside world, you know? I was just talking about this with someone and how like Russia is a hot mess. It's a hot mess, and like in general, like if it's not Moscow, everything else is like shags crazy. But those are not the pictures you'll see in the media, and they're so like, you know, strategic about how they want their image to be seen that you're not going to see them looking poor and crazy. But us, we're so happy just as long as you see a white man with a camera, if he's there in your slum, if he's there in your whatever, and we get the money from donations. So we're so happy just to have money from donations that we don't care that we're being seen as poor.
Exactly. And not even that. You know, when I went to Bristol, I took a picture of like homeless people. There's a homeless pandemic in Bristol. But you wouldn't, what? Like on the street when you're shopping, there's like homeless people in the middle of winter. You can imagine what that is. And you would never know that. You would and I put up the picture to say, like, if we are able to say, no, don't come into a country to shoot whatever you want and go and broadcast the worst part of us, then we can control our narrative. However, Kenyans, we cannot hate about somebody coming to give us an improved way of living when we can't give it to ourselves. This Kibra person, you who's commenting could not have done it for him. You couldn't have put money in his pocket. You couldn't have given him food. So as long as we have the biggest slum in Africa, we don't get to decide who gets to get those people out because the government isn't. So for me, I get the whole white knight narrative, but it's always secondary to this person is going to have an opportunity to be a better person. Like, who cares how it came?
Exactly. But you know, the thing with social is they'll always be that positive. They'll always be positive. And there's always like those two people who are always like, but you know, but how come you didn't put it like this? How come you didn't do it like this? And what interesting, you're talking about like the homeless people in Bristol. When I was in university in South Africa, immediately I landed, as we were driving from the airport to where I was staying, I saw homeless white people. And I was just like, my mind really
cannot comprehend.
I was just like, but you're white.
Because poverty is for black people.
Exactly. And I was just like, it was so strange to me. And even the poor white people didn't even look as poor as black people look. Like, is there a way to, I don't know.
Because of the imagery, you're colonized.
You're definitely colonized.
But it was a really strange thing for me to actually, like, in my mind, come to terms with that.
But if I get it, if you are born and raised, you are born and raised here, your understanding of poverty is about this. But when you've seen it abroad and you see people who are poor, you start seeing that, oh, okay, white people are poor too. Anyway, this story, like, I feel like in general, it's really positive. You know, but let us know what you think. Do you agree with some of those people that are saying that, you know, we don't need this whole white knight coming to save us? Let us know the hashtag Ebru Let's Talk, and the WhatsApp number is down below. Right now, though, it's time for Ask the Girls.
We're on top.
So today's Ask the Girls, first things first, thank you so much for always sending us your problems, financial, whatever. We appreciate it. And as much as sometimes we do get excited with the topic, we really do appreciate how sensitive these are your lives, you know? So thank you so much. You can always send us any of the DMs to the WhatsApp number or to our page at Ebru Let's Talk _official. So today it says, hi, can a marriage with...
What? Sorry. Now, can now, love? Please let us know. Can I what now? Huh?
Can a marriage with lack of intimacy survive? We haven't had intercourse with my husband for 8 months now. I feel completely emotional. Okay, sorry. I feel completely no emotional connection with him, majorly due to finance issues. I feel like leaving, but I'm just here because of the baby. Please hide my ID. I mean, these are two separate issues because if the finances are dealt with, then maybe the intimacy will come back. Because I feel like lack of intimacy actually is said to be a symptom of a problem. Like, you know, it tends to be like, this is how you're expressing what's really eating you from underneath. I mean, Joe?
As the only married woman,
You know what I think? Let me tell you what I think.
there.
I think we should generalize it to like a relationships in general, because I know a bunch of our viewers, some of you guys are not married, and some of you guys are in relationships, and so that we can also all chip in from a point of knowledge, right? Girls?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I think I agree with what you're saying. Definitely, I think it's an underlying thing. I love the fact that you have been able to identify that the finance thing is a huge problem. And I think last year we talked a lot about how, like conflict in marriage, what causes conflict in like relationships, and finance was a big deal, because let's be honest, if you're worried about rent tomorrow, you might not have the the like, pizzazz exactly to be like, let's just throw everything to the wind, let's just do it, you know, kind of thing. I would say in this case, well, her question is, can the marriage survive? Probably it can. The other day I read a blog post about this lady and her husband who have not had intercourse for 23 years. Yeah, 23 years. And actually, the whole article was around her saying that to them, it's just not a big deal. Like, they had it earlier on in their relationship when they were actively trying to have children. And after that, they actually sat together and just decided, you know what, this is not a thing for us. But what she did say in that blog post is that their intimacy is top. Like, she says they cuddle, she says they really talk, they really connect, like, deeply, emotionally, just that they don't have that
Those are
thing.
lies.
Now, even me, I don't know if I
Those
believe
are
it, because
lies.
even the Bible says that this is a thing that actually is supposed to enhance your relationship. So I don't know if it can survive. I think where the starting point would be sorting out those underlying issues, which is causing you to feel like you don't have an emotional connection with him, starting with talking about the finances, if it's something that can actually be, like, dealt with.
It's true. Let me tell you, so first things first, I feel like if 23 years you guys haven't had any intercourse and your husband is completely happy with touching you,
has
kissing
somebody
you,
else that he's
cuddling you.
giving
I don't even
intercourse.
think it's somebody else. I think it's some him else. I do. That's what I think. Because guess what? He's happy to do everything else except for the actual deed. Why? How many men do you know that can even be like grazed by the leg and be okay?
Yeah.
But isn't that like something, someone is like, is it asexual, or what is it called? Like,
No. Oh, okay.
not that one. But there's like people who just genuinely just don't enjoy intercourse.
But they used to enjoy in the
used
beginning, so something definitely changed. But anyway, that's just for another situation. When it comes to finances, I feel like one of the big reasons is that the woman feels bad that the man can't provide. And then now she feels like she can't really say to him, like, what can we do or whatever else. And you see a lot of DMs, it's like, we are struggling, but how do I do this? How do I take the initiative to help without emasculating the man?
Exactly.
And also, if the man is like the kind of person who feels like I want to provide and everything like that, him not being able to provide is a huge issue. It's not just like things are not well, it's part of who he is. Like, he's feeling like part of his character is not exactly all the way there. So the best way to go about it is not that, it's more from a place, we're a team. And things are rough right this minute. Like, what can we do? And as you're going through your financial issues, try and do, even if it's little things, to keep the intimacy. Not necessarily just go all the way to the physical, but just small things to show you, I love you, I'm here for you, we're going to do something, but we're going to be okay.
Really quickly, what's your advice?
I think the question you ask, can your marriage survive? And I'm like, no, it cannot. Like, that's just the answer. No, we cannot. If you are not bound, Chico, well, then nothing is going to happen, like, in terms of your relationship. Because even though he's not able to provide financially, a man still needs that physical contact with his wife, I don't think that, like, and I've dated men, unfortunately, not proudly, that could not provide, but we were still able to do something. You know what I mean? There's something about the person that sometimes you can just put blinders on, and you don't even realize the problems that you have, and you're still able to connect on that intimate level, have intercourse and everything.
Exactly.
So I feel like just because now it's showing itself out and now you guys are not having intercourse, you have a major problem in your relationship. And the thing is, yes, there's that financial issue. If money was to fall down from the sky right now, will everything just be okay? And then now you guys will start doing that? I feel so you still be having a problem.
Anyway, I think intercourse is like a big deal, I think, in most people. Like,
huge deal.
I think it's even part of the basic needs, the triangle.
Exactly. Isn't like number 1 or 2?
No.
It's not at the top.
No.
Is that number 1?
There's food and water.
I think so.
I think so too, but you know what, you guys you can let us know your thoughts. The WhatsApp number is down below. We're going to go on a short commercial break. Don't go anywhere because we'll be right back.
We're on top. We're on height.
Back to the second part of the show. If you're just joining us, you have missed a good hot talk, but you'll be able to catch it on YouTube later on. Our handles on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube are Ebru TV Kenya. Have I got that correct, guys?
Yes.
Ebru TV Kenya, and then on Facebook, it's Ebru TV KE. And of course, you can always DM us on Instagram or comment on our post on Instagram at Ebru Let's Talk _official. You can keep up with the conversation on Twitter, hashtag Ebru Let's Talk. Oh, damn.
I'm tried, she did. I'm tried.
Welcome to Talk That Talk, guys, which is the section where we just talk about anything that is affecting our lives as women, as young people, as Kenyans. And today we are talking about relationships, which I feel like relationships is the overarching theme of life. Sips drink, right? And today we are talking about worrying trends, or let's say just not worrying necessarily, because maybe they're just worrying to us, but they might not be worrying to you. So there are trends that are happening in relationships, particularly in Kenya, but also, I guess, around the world, that we have noticed that are commonplace, and they're being accepted, and they weren't so much there before, but like now they are, they're becoming like a real thing. So let's get into that. It's time for Talk That Talk.
We're on top.
So we're going to talk about 6 trends that have become commonplace in society. And girls, I want you to just be honest. If we come across one that you have been a part of, or you are currently a part of, as you look at the list, I want you to be honest and to tell our audience that you are there. Okay, so let's start with the first one, Kamwi Stays.
Yeah.
We've talked about Kamwi Stays so much on this show. Like, I feel like I would say over 50% of relationships in Kenya right now would be Kamwi Stays. Like, I feel like they're so common.
And I think the problem is the fact that people call each other married, ovio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, this is my partner. Like, let's say, like England would say, this is my partner, or this is my whatever else, but hubby. Not my husband, Like, plenty of people who do not have that ring on the finger. The law does not recognize you, but it's hubby because you guys have been together for like X amount of time. When those lines become blurred, you are already giving yourself that title already. Like, you're already like
you moved in yesterday.
Today
he's your hubby.
He's your hubby, you know what I mean? And now since we're at hubby, it's like, what else do you need? And I think that's the biggest problem. If the lines were kept strict, you are cohabiting, you guys, we don't know, you guys are married. If those are clear, then it will not be as common. But now, who tells you I'm gonna come and stay? No, they don't.
But you just
say, I'm with my hubby.
I'm with my, but that's just like, I don't remember being invited to a wedding.
But you see, but you're gonna confront them.
Exactly. No. And then, a thing is, there was a law that was passed, I think a few years ago, where the government said that if you've been living with someone for more than 6 months, it can actually be counted as a marriage. Now, a lot of people still now live together, and they're like, yeah, it's been 6 months, so now we're married. But actually, even if it's been 6 months, you actually need to go to the, to have like a legal thing go on you. Like, you have to go to the AGs, you have to actually register that you're married. So technically, you are not married. Even if you've been together 11 years and you have 7 kids, you're not married.
And I'm so sorry. It's not, see, that's the thing. That's not, the law did not say that. The law said,
she's a lawyer, by the way,
our resident lawyer.
She's a lawyer. What the law said is like, you can come forward to seek the rights of your marriage. And it's something which you have to fight for. It's not automatic like marriage. You have to go to court and give the list of, we'll be married from this time, I've been doing this. Like, it's a longer process, and cohabitation is recognized all over the world. So it's not new that Kenya did it. It means that you can go to court and say, this is what I've been doing, give me my rights. They are not automatic like the marriage ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the misconception.
I feel as if like Kamwi Stay is something that's so easy to get yourself into, and you don't even know how that happened. And
I'll tell you how it happened.
No, I don't know how it happened. Like, so now it's funny, like, because at this point, like, I have my home, because like I do have a home.
Oh my God,
but
you are in a
shocking.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Okay, so
okay. Listen.
Ayuma.
So Ayuma likes to visit her partner. Let me say that, my partner.
Monday to Monday.
No, not Monday to Monday. I like to visit him a lot, and I stay there a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Let's say 80% of the time I'm there.
80.
Except when you have a fight, and then now you want to like...
I know, like, I am mad. I'm going
to my
back
house.
home, Yeah. So then, like, so now the other day, he was introducing us, introducing us to some friends, Then he goes, see, there's my wife. I was just like...
What? Woo! Sorry?
Do we see anything on this finger?
But I'm sure you didn't do that then. I'm sure you just thought it.
Part of me was just like, oh my gosh, he's introducing me as his wife. Like, you kind of get
and
like...
it sounded nice.
Yeah, he's my wife. And then the other part of me was just like, there's nothing over here. Then I was like, what's how people get themselves into situations and you don't even know how it happened.
And especially if you're both single and you're both living in these houses and you're always like, he's always here or you're always here. Then you just start leaving a toothbrush. Then you've carried like, a change of clothes. Then you have your pajamas. Soon your wigs are hanging.
Your whole life are over there.
Your wigs are hanging in his bathroom. All right?
And underwear.
Like, that's when you know.
There.
Exactly. That's when you know. Okay,
so
let's move on to the
We're going to
second.
do better.
Exactly,
We'll do better.
please report back in a couple of weeks. Thank you. The next one is having kids before marriage. Like, is that just like everyone is doing that? And not to say that it's wrong, depending on what you believe. It's not like everybody is trying to get married. Not like everyone's end goal is marriage.
Yeah.
But especially for women, I think we've talked about this a lot on this show. A lot of women seem to find themselves in situations where they get into a come we stay, or like they're in this really serious relationship. You have kids, you assume that you guys are in the same place in your marriage, and the guy ends up leaving you, and you're like, gosh, and we had 3 kids. And then, you know?
The fuel to this really ridiculous whatever is the fact that you think that a baby is gonna solidify something. And a lot of women will have a baby because now you feel like you've got something with someone. That's how you get trapped. That stupid misconception, which is a massive lie. And the reason is children come with more stress. So if your foundation is shaky, what do you think bringing another life that is always screaming and pooing, how do you think that's going to help? It's not going to help. And if somebody is serious about you having a kid with them is something that they're going to plan in a different way. You know, if it comes, it comes. Like, don't feel bad if it does. But believing that I want to have a baby with him so that I can now feel like I'm here. And I see it so many places. Or like, maybe a situation is like, you're the girlfriend, you're the side chick, and now you find
I'm gonna show you now. I'm gonna have his baby. We can both be baby mama sisters and have hood rat twins. Like, it's not cute.
As lawyers, we know how lawyers, by the way, they have a habit of like, I'm sorry to generalize like that, but like in shags, especially like lawyers in shags, they have kids everywhere because it's like we have this thing of like the more kids you have, the more wealthy you are. Even if you have no money to take care of them, it's like the more kids you have everywhere, it's like you're planting seeds, and then like the people usually have like in our shags, the more kids you have, the more chances that one of them is going to be successful and
to take care of the whole family
when you're older.
Oh my God.
Which is such a sad way to think because obviously, I mean, they're growing up like those kids who just see randarandaing somewhere, just like, wait, who's your dad? Who's your mom? Kind of thing,
And then during the funerals when you find out who the parents
right?
is.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. Polygamous relationships or polyamorous relationships.
This one I don't think I know too much about, like, to be honest.
But it comes from a place of you are the first wife, he starts cheating with a side chick, and then like you just zoya each other so much, and now he's like, this is the second wife. Because majority of the times when a man is cheating, he's trying to hide it from you. But then you find out time 1, time 2, time 3, now you're sisters. Like, now, and then it just becomes the second wife.
Either that or, you guys recently saw that the intercourse coach her video went viral online. I don't know if we had covered, I think we were on break at that time. But her video went viral. Basically, she was having intercourse with a few men, and a lot of people were like, but you're married. And it became clear that actually her and her husband are in a polyamorous relationship. So basically, they allow each other to explore sexual engagements outside their marriage. And that apparently is something that is more common in Kenya than we think.
That shocked me.
People are really tired of just being like, oh, my husband is cheating, oh my gosh, and it's like people are starting to realize, I don't know whether it's true or it's not true, but the idea that one person is going to satisfy you sexually the rest of your life might be a little bit not plausible.
And I think that's why it's so important to date. And I know, like, in the American term of dating, not the Kenyan term of dating, where actually you take me out on the first date, now you're my boyfriend. No, you are actually dating multiple people, trying to find out what do you like, what don't you like, what do you like, what don't you like. So by the time you've chosen that one person, you've experienced the whole world, and you don't feel as if you're like you're missing out on something. Because I feel as if in general, African culture, we feel as if like we're missing out on something because you've set down your ties with that one person without experiencing life, and then now you're like cheating to go and like see what did you miss out. You have your little midlife crisis, and like there's just so many different things going on. When you were young in your 20s, you should have been dating around and just having fun, and then now settling down.
So fun should end when you get married.
No, it shouldn't end there. But
it shouldn't end it. But
I'm asking a question.
No. Exploration should end.
Yes.
Now you found a person to have fun with for the rest of your life.
And unless you guys are going to explore together, because that benefits your intercourse life, 100%. I feel like the only thing I don't like about the situation is just dishonesty. I feel like the dishonesty is what is like, it's ruining families. There's so many people who are getting divorced because people aren't willing to be open enough and say, this is what I like, this is what I like vibing to, A lot of people are always shaming each other and like, as far as what they want sexually, so then that means I've got to hide it from you, but really I've got to find it somewhere else because it's part of my desires. That's one. And two, social media. We have options, If Instagram is acting up. I'm already on Twitter asking what's happening on Instagram. We have so much options, and you know, people are filling your DMs. So when you even get this one person, you're judging them based on all the other options you have. So then we don't have this idea of just this is the one. They're not perfect. Remember the 80-20 rule. Everyone's going to give you, the perfect person is still going to be 20% of what you don't want, right? So when you get 80, do it. Now, millennials, we are, oh, you're 80. But if I take this 80 and this 25, now I have one. No, it doesn't work that way.
But I like how you're mentioning about, you know, like dating in the American context or in the Western context. Because I feel like here, it's like once you already start seeing one guy or sleeping with one guy, it's like you're already your guy. Exactly. And you kind of expect it from the other person because like maybe you already like really like him and you don't want to think about him being with someone else. So is that like, in that kind of context, it's like we would be saying open relationships are the way to go when you're in a relationship, not when you're married. Like frequent dating until the day that you eventually now like we're engaged with someone. You see how like, let's say you can have, let's say your boyfriend, for example, who is just your boyfriend, he's not your husband. So like now, are you dating or are you guys courting? Because you're exclusive, right?
We're exclusive, but to be all the way honest, you're not, there's single and there's married. You don't take a tea in a relationship when you're there, like, you know, going to like the hospital or whatever. You're just like, so technically, yes, I'm in a relationship and I love my man and everything, but at the back of my mind, I still know that like there's no real actual commitment like on paper. Yes, I'm committed to him and he better be committed to me. But like in general, at the back of my mind, I know it won't be the end of the world and I can find somebody else if this thing isn't working.
So if tomorrow, for example, he comes and tells you, Ayuma, I love you so much and like, I really enjoy spending time with you and like being with you, but I just feel like we should be open to dating other people. Like I still want us to continue just doing what we're doing, but like with the possibility of knowing that if I go out and I meet someone, I want to be able to
change your hair.
That goes.
You want somebody else? Yo, I'll be changing
Lydia
up my
can
look.
never be in an open relationship in life.
No chance.
In life.
But
I did that when I was younger and I had fun doing that. Like not necessarily open. That's why the whole situationship came up, because we're not in a relationship. We're doing something. Yes, I like you the most, but I also like other people, and that's why it's a situationship. And I think I got that out of my system, and now I'm ready to be in a relationship.
Okay, truth time, guys. Have you ever been a side chick?
Know that I like not with my knowledge, but I found out after the fact that I was. And let me tell you this, I'm going to tell you the truth.
Are you sure?
So this is somebody who, like, you know, we're just talking, whatever. We even went away on a weekend.
Oh my God.
Together,
Oh my
right?
God.
And then on the way back, just like when we're coming back, he gets a call, right? And all I hear is, uko wapi?
Oh my God.
Uko wapi is not a 6-month girlfriend. Umesha Zoyana. You guys have not talked on the phone because I was with him the whole weekend. You guys didn't even talk on the phone. But the day you were supposed to arrive, it's not even hello, sweetie, baby, cutie. It's uko wapi.
So was he married or just
No. They were in a deep relationship because maybe like a couple of months after they got engaged. But when he
even after Lydia.
Yes, because I had to quit.
Wow.
So anyway, when he told me that, I'm not gonna lie, it was difficult
to be like,
to
now,
stop.
let's stop.
Yes, that was really difficult because I wasn't aware. What about you?
Both.
You knew and you didn't.
Like I'm telling you, there was a time in my life where I really didn't care, and like so I think I was like 20 actually, and I knew like he clearly had a situation that he would complain about and life was hard, and I'm just like whatever. And the back of my mind was like, haha, I took your man, I took your man. That's stupid, immature, like you know, thinking and everything.
20s, there's
There's something about exactly.
Always in your mind telling you some dumb things.
I was 20 years old. I'm like, oh my gosh, this man has a whole girlfriend, but he's coming to me and he thinks about me the most. So I thought I was so special until like you realize that no, you're not, honey.
Actually,
you're just a dumb little girl. Sit down. So I think like I definitely did that, and I'm ashamed of it, but I did it.
I think it's part of growing pains. And you know all these rules of society, marriage, side chick, when it's in the ground and you're into someone, you don't see them. Like when you feel for someone, it's like you have to really be disciplined, by the way, to keep those principles. You have to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been there. A guy was married. You know, It's worse when the guy is married.
That's
right?
way
Because,
worse. Yeah.
Why am I asking?
And the
that
way you're
question?
always dragging. Joe is a dragger
But you
of side chicks on Instagram.
But it's because I've been there and like I know what it's like. I know how addictive that
So we
place
shouldn't
can
judge
be.
them.
We don't judge them. We just try and advise them so that they can make better decisions. Because there has yet to be a time when I've had a story of a chick who was a side chick to a married guy, and it ended well because he left his wife.
Oh,
and
yeah,
you're now happily married together. You now have kids, and he's not cheating on you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I don't feel like that situation has been.
But I also consider it as an age thing. If you are 30 plus, let's say even 35 plus, and you're a side chick, you really need to reevaluate your life.
Choices.
All right, you really need to reevaluate your life because he is for sure not gonna be with you, and you're now playing yourself thinking that, oh my gosh, I'm young and I've taken someone's man. Like there's an age for certain activity, but it's all bad though.
Yeah.
Nothing good happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for me personally, as far as being a side chick, obviously I do condemn it. It's a terrible
As
thing.
Ebru TV, we condemn it.
As Ebru
Let's talk.
TV, we condemn it.
Yeah.
Things happen and they're part of growing pains. Just learn and just move on. But that was really heavy, confessional.
It was, right?
Let's lighten the mood a little bit. It's time for game time.
Ladies, we're on time. We're on time.
So today's game is one I already hate. Essentially, it's called Hit the Bell. And what's going to be happening is going to be questions popping up over there. And the fastest one to get here and do that and answer the question or demonstrate or whatever it is instructing you wins. But if that person is wrong, then the other people have an opportunity to
Let me
answer
just
it.
tell you first of all, I'm super competitive.
You two are.
Yeah, like I'm
And
just like
please
already.
don't break my press on.
Okay, we've already broken.
You've already Please don't break my
Anyway,
nails, guys. Please.
Please.
Okay.
Oh wow, she got her nose down. Now
Yeah.
we'll hear the end.
Okay.
So we're going to start. We're going to have 9 questions. Are you ready? What?
Woo!
What?
I'm seeing an event.
Yeah.
How did you
Welcome,
know?
ladies and gentlemen. This is the first edition of Project Fame, and today we're going to be having these lovely ladies singing a song for us. They're fantastic. They're so talented, and we absolutely love them. And by the end of this night, one of them is going to win $100,000, Zimbabwean dollars. But we're really excited, and we just can't wait to see what happens. Thank you for joining us. We love it here. We love you coming to our show here at Ebru TV. Let's get into it.
You tried.
Thank you.
She did it. She did it. Okay.
Okay. I feel more confident now. What?
Address
No
your kid
sooner.
as an African mom. See, I can speak.
I'll be the
Kikuyu.
kid.
Huh? You be the kid? Leo niki wekirete nguo ici. Huh? Niki giki. Ndiara kuona maruma ya maku. Hari we Joni othumburaga.
But it's
O muthenya no muhaka negene. Ndungikena ukinyona ndi mukenui. Ndungikena. That's it.
So for us non-Kikuyu,
So exactly, what were you saying?
I
We
was
don't-
saying, your dress is so short. Why do you have to give me a reason to complain? You don't like me being happy? African moms.
We love it. We love it. Okay. Wait,
How come us we
It's
don't
not
know
yet-
what's
it's not yet
happening?
God. Guys.
Yeah.
can you give us a countdown?
Yes.
Wait.
Actually, Lydia.
Excuse you guys are going to be
Lydia is a cheater.
disqualified.
I got it, I think. Okay. My hair almost got pulled out, but it's okay. Hit the high notes, Mariah Carey style. Do 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 do. Thank you. Thank you.
for
No, that
Yeah.
was Mariah Carey. I don't know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great.
You shut up.
Yeah.
Okay. It's me. Okay,
This
wait.
game is dangerous.
Wait, it's your girlfriend from across the street. This is great because my girlfriend's right here. Okay, from across the street. Hey, girl. Oh my God. I haven't seen you in so long. Oh my God. Thank you.
If you do not address me like that from now on.
I know.
know.
Sorry. Yeah, but I see you all the time, so you know. Okay, wait. So far I'm winning, just so you know.
Attend to first-class customers on a plane as a cabin crew. Oh, okay.
We are the customers.
You guys
Okay,
are my
yeah.
Good evening, madame.
I want a glass of wine.
A glass of wine?
Yeah.
Camera.
Why is my seat not going all the way
rosé?
back? Why is my seat not going all the way back?
I'm so sorry.
Can you move away from me? Social distance.
Can we get somebody else?
Okay,
Can
so
we get somebody else?
Excuse me, madame. Hey, I'm going to the very best.
Where
I
is your
can do
manager?
to
Where
help
is your
you.
manager?
I want to speak to the superintendent of the place.
The supervisor.
The supervisor.
Okay, the supervisor will be with you in one moment. Would you like a rosé?
I'm
a white,
still waiting
or
for my
red?
wine. I don't know what it
Would
is
you like
right now.
red, rosé, white?
White. I only drink
White.
white.
And you, ma'am?
White as well.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Are you not going to ask if I want dry white
Dog.
or sweet white? Proceeds to spit in
And
our
then-
drinks.
And you know what? It said customer, not. I cannot say on the on TV.
Oh.
Yes. Okay, we are ready.
Last one or
No, we have like four
a few
more.
more. Honestly, I don't know how you guys are
Joe's
doing when
closer.
she run. She
Joe's
is.
closer.
She is. You're like
Joe's
over
closer.
here.
Oh God, dance and perform Michael Jackson. Okay.
Ooh. Can you moonwalk?
Because I'm bad. I'm bad. You know it. You know I'm bad. I'm
You have to
bad.
do the.
You know it. And the whole world has to answer right now. Just to tell you once again.
Who's best?
Thriller.
Oh yeah.
Thriller. That's it.
Yay!
Thank you. You can call me Michael from now on. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Okay, this is the last one, guys.
All right. Let me pull a Joanne.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
A cashier in a supermarket. Beep. 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 They don't even say, they don't even talk to you anymore.
You're doing really good. They just say, uko na card? Uko na kadi?
Yeah.
Beep. Uko na card?
Guy, wa ni nyingi.
Like, ebu try yo.
Try yo.
Okay,
Tunaweza
sorry.
toa?
Manager.
Password.
Password.
Try ingine. Try
Okay.
ingine.
Beep.
Try ingine.
Beep.
Ni how much?
1,000.
Unachukua points?
Okay, thank you, ladies. Okay, thank you. Let's clap for ourselves. I think we did really great, guys.
But honestly, you did win though.
I did.
You cheated,
Producer,
but
did I
you
win?
won.
I think I won,
She's
right?
next to it.
Okay, thank you. So they have confirmed that I did indeed win. I
Yeah.
just want you guys to
First
know
of all, we
that.
don't even know if you said that,
But,
but we
they did,
trust
I
you.
promise. Yeah, but I think we did pretty good.
We
guys,
did.
right?
That was a really fun
I
game.
think
We should
so
do that
too.
again.
I'm sweating. Why are we sweating?
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
I
Yeah.
know.
You
Thank
danced though.
Right? I hope you guys were trying them out. It's not as easy as it looks. Like from at home, you might be looking and you're like, Michael Jackson, who can't dance like that? Can you please just try it at home and then tell us? I would love for you guys in your houses also to try and dance like Michael Jackson.
We did. We danced with you, no?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did.
We did, yeah.
Oh, thank you. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. We've had so much fun on this show. Like, what a way to kickstart our work week. Thank you so much for watching. If you didn't catch the whole show, you can always get it on YouTube. Our handle is Ebru TV Kenya. I hope I got that right. As always, I've been Joanne Muni at yamimami.ke on social.
Definitely. And it is a Yuma Kaguli, simply a Yuma. Super excited to have done the show today.
Yeah.
I think it was like a great way to kickstart everything. Even though the winner cheated, but it's all right. We still
Don't be
love
bitter.
you. It's okay. It's okay. Make sure to catch us once again tomorrow from 6 to 7 in the PM.
Thank you so much for being here, guys. We've had so much fun, and we hope you're going to be with us throughout the week. If you do, for whatever reason, if you have any comments, let us know, and then we'll be talking about them for tomorrow's show. Thank you so much, guys. My name is Lydia KM, and that's Lydia KM on all social media handles.
See you
Good
tomorrow.
night.